Well,
This first poem is set in June. And June in Connecticut is strawberry ripening time. And I lived in Connecticut for many years. And June is a wonderful month because it has 1 foot in springtime and 1 foot in summer. So it's the best of all possible times. Strawberries. I had read in a magazine somewhere that even 1 bite of a strawberry could find and destroy cancer cells growing in secret places. I visited a friend who had battled lymphoma for years, had been assaulted by chemotherapy twice, had against conscience resorted to stem cell therapy. She stood at the door, bald, her neck bandaged from IVs. She looked punctured and invaded, her eyes bewildered, like a beaten dog's. I handed her a basket of strawberries that I had picked. She smiled. I smiled. It was June. I have to give you a little introduction, a bigger introduction to the next poem. I was adopted when I was 3 days old, and I like to think that my birth mother did not really want to give me up, because I've been told that she sent a gorgeous layette set with me, probably a gift of love or guilt, perhaps at least. And more than 60 years later, I was confined to a hospital for over a week to recover from emergency surgery. And I began to envision connections between the 2 events that had occurred 6 decades apart. This poem is entitled Waving. For 6 nights in a row, my dear husband, you visit. We make a pact that each time you leave, you will turn and wave up at me. First from the stairs leading to the hospital's parking lot, then again when you reach the car. Each night I go to the window. You turn and wave, look up to the 10th floor of the hospital's tower and try to find me behind the tinted glass of the building's facade, forgotten about when we made our pledge. Hindered by IVs, I try to wave back so you will see my movement. Then press my forehead and hands against the window and watch you drive our car to the end of the exit lane and turn left towards home. I continue waving long after I can see you or the car. I want to melt somehow through that glass and float home towards our life together. Just as I and she must have wanted to do more than 60 years ago when I was 3 days old, and my birth mother, still in hospital gown and robe, pressed her forehead and hands against the nursery window, watched me moving in the glass crib, and later stepped back and waved until long after she could see the nurse carrying me away. And the third piece is perhaps a little bit sentimental, but I think it's worth sharing with you. I think it's so lovely. It's not about human beings, it's about animals teaching us how we should be as human beings. And it does involve some illness, Cara, so I think we're safe on that account. This comes from an article that I read in a newspaper up north once and was very moved by the story. The poem is entitled Hospice. For days, our neighbors said, 2 deer came onto their lawn to stay with their old cat lying limp in April sunlight. The deer gently licked and nuzzled him, then departed quietly each night. For 6 days the deer visited. On the 7th, the cat died, and the visitors did not return. What do we know of anything? What can I write about or do more beautiful than